right, guys, what is going on? I am one of your hosts, Lyric Stigma.
And I'm the grown kid.
And we are here today to talk about some action-packed boom bang games out here. I hope you guys are excited for today's episode. I know I'm pretty excited.
Let's go.
What's going on with you, PK? What's up, man?
Oh, I'm chilling like a villain. You know why I'm
like
chilling?
That. Why are you chilling?
Because we're only 1 week behind. Sound effect. Sound effect. I know, right?
It's all right, guys. It's all right. We're only 1 week behind, right, but we are slowly catching up, and we are slowly getting better at this. I can say that, because I am kind of booty in the beginning, but it's okay. Not everybody's perfect. We're all good. Look, keep it moving.
He's trying to get sympathy votes out of you. It's clear. He wants to catch a dub. So last week we told you that the winner of Death Stranding and
Days Gone
was a tie before this.
Yes,
we do have that winner today. Hopefully you liked the video we just uploaded right now. Sorry. It's up.
Kind of late on it.
I know.
But we got it.
I know. Yeah. You're seeing this video like right now. Yeah, but this video's coming out later. Whatever. The video that we just posted, go check it out. Go show love, support. We really need some votes there. Like I said, we're a week behind. We will catch up and we'll get it going. So, again, that video's winner, today's, or that bit, whatever you saw it, will be in the next video. In the next video, we will be doing a roundup just to catch everybody up, including ourselves, on the winners. So go vote for that. But Death Stranding and Days Gone. Would you like to hear the wiener, chicken dinner?
Wiener, yes. So what was it, 5 or 7-5?
7-5 to Death Stranding. And
guys, you guys are letting me down. Come on.
He let himself down. Behind the scenes, we're not going to speak on it. He let himself down. That was his dub for the taking. He didn't take it. We're going to introduce a little graphic here for the winner to give them their flowers. So, thank you. Give me my flowers. Thank you. Death Stranding, y'all know what's up. Speaking of Death Stranding, will come into play today. I will let you know. But go vote on our last video. Go give it a like. Go comment.
Something. Anything.
Yeah. Just
it don't even matter,
something.
Bro. Even if it's an emote.
Yeah, I want bag on how fresh I look, and you will get shouted out in the next comment. Speaking of shouted out, I told you that we do shout out a comment, so I have it here. Let me read it for you. I will pick the one that was in favor of the winner, but I would rather pick a funny one that comes at Lyric wearing glasses like I'm wearing glasses. Alright? Alright, so from Ninja Unicorn 12, Unicorn 12, this made me want to pick up Death Stranding, win for Death Stranding. You're right. I want to play the Director's Edition too.
Por favor. For what? Please.
I want to play the Director's Edition too. Other than that, what are we missing? FF16. Did we miss anything? We're not talking about FF16.
Nah, dude, you're not even close to me. Don't even bring it up. I'm upset with you. I am upset with you.
We're gonna be close. We're gonna talk about it eventually. I got so much to do, and it's a heavy game that you have to give your all into to get the most out of it. And to me, I have to do that. What else is on the docket?
All you need is 2 hours.
What else is out? What else are we playing? What else is good?
Oh man, dude. What's it called? The new, what is it? Gotham Knights. I saw new gameplay for MK1 and new gameplay for...
forgot about MK.
MK1 looks... Bro,
I've always wanted to get into it.
It is fire, bro. They're bringing back a lot of old characters. Rain. Like, they're all young again.
It's a prequel. I thought it was a continuation, but they're calling it one.
Yeah, they're calling it one because Liu Kang goes back into the past.
Oh,
and tries to uniting everybody.
Time travel is cool, I guess.
Yes, I mean, dude, it brings a lot of old characters back into play. You know what I'm saying? A lot of old stories that get revamped and tested out on this new platform.
I'm with it. I don't know if I'm into MK. I'll have to look at it because I really wanted to get into Guilty Gear. I want a new one of those. I want an Injustice, a new one. You know, I want a free battle royale fighting game. Like I was a big Budokai Tenkaichi guy back in the day.
Oof, bro,
I'd serve someone up in Budokai Tenkaichi. But I would have, you know, and I liked the new Dragon Ball Z Fighter game. The 2D. I like the 2D fighters more than the 3D for show. Like Tekken's cool and stuff. Yeah, I like the 2D.
Watching people play Tekken is kind of
it's kind of
I'm booty. I don't
know about the side. RDC's got a funny skit about fighting games where, you know, Ken or somebody goes up against someone in Tekken and the dude goes to the third dimension and Ken gets swerved up. Like, what are you doing? That's cheating. You're here for one reason and one reason only. I mean, was there anything else we had to catch up on? I didn't really do much of a prep there. I mean, I don't think so.
Necessarily.
It's been pretty dry.
Talk about 16. BS 15 for 10 more minutes. You know.
I mean, nobody wants to compete with 16. I'm gonna keep it real with you. They don't want to drop games, but I mean, we should say this. I will say this now. I am pretty hyped for Armored Core 6. Let's be real here. Armored Core 6 gonna be hyped, dude. That they got PvP. That's PvP, dude, with robots. It's gonna be fire. Gundam-y? Fire.
I've seen it though already. They had one. Not recently, but what do you mean? There's another armored game out there that we could play that's free on the PlayStation. You just never download any games, bro.
That's true. You're gonna have to repeat that to me because I definitely missed this title. But all right, Armored Core to me, only game I want to record this show. That's the only game that could even come close to 16. Though I don't think it even comes close. All right, let's get into the battle here.
It's Lyric Stigma with the Grown Kid. The show where 2 games go in, and you decide whose debate got the win. We are Couch, Co-op, Co-op, Couch, Co-op, Co-op, Couch, Co-op, Co-op. It's the Couch, Co-op, Co-op.
Take us off. What's going on here, there? What are we battling? What's going on?
All right, guys.
What's the science
I got
for?
myself because I gotta prepare myself for this. It's not a happy story, but you know, it's not a happy game. I want to say, but you know, Returnal versus what is your game?
Control. Don't disrespect Control. We gonna correct your disrespect real fast this episode.
All right.
I'm gonna let you know.
Relax.
That.
Control, and we picked up this Returnal, and I think it's a pretty good battle. People are saying, oh, it's kind of like not even the same game. That is the point. We're not trying to do the same games, or we're trying to be outside of the box.
Yes. Why the battle?
You know what I'm saying?
For this, why the battle? It is out of the box, and it's weirdly out of the box because both of these games are weirdly out of the box. They are both their gameplay of both of them is very different for the genre of like AA games. I don't think either one of these are AAA games. Do you think they're double?
I mean, they're double for sure.
Yeah, they're AA games, and their gameplays, as we will get into eventually, it's weird. It's weirdly how similar these games are in their weirdness. So that was the battle. I got Control. Lyric has. I keep forgetting the name. Returnal. I like Returnal. I like Control. 1 minute each. You know how this goes. Oh wait, we have a new kind of segment, right? We have
and that is impact of the game.
Impact
plus like world design and stuff like that. So I mean, it kind of ties into stuff that we already talk about.
Yeah,
and the reviews, more insight.
We'll do impact after story.
Get more stuff out there, a little bit more information out there. There is a lot to cover when it comes to games and stuff like that. So we try to be as thorough as we can,
and to the point.
So I'm sorry for any inconsistencies.
Yeah, we have
anything. A lot.
And we'll miss stuff.
I ain't gonna lie.
Look, I missed the fact that Cyberpunk had the Netflix show.
An anime.
Yeah, the anime. I missed that. In the Death Stranding battle, I missed the fact that Days Gone did a crossover, right? Those are really dope points we could have really hit, but it's tough. It's tough. All right, do you want your minute first, or do you want to give it to me?
Sure. I mean, I could go first. I'm down for that.
All right. Timer. Oh, whoa. We're doing a real timer.
I can't find my timer, man.
Start. Well, I'll tell you when to start because I'm looking at my clock here. Go ahead.
All right, guys. Returnal. Boom. Third person, and it is a psychological horror stuck in a time loop kind of game, roguelike, you know what I'm saying? So if you're into Rogue Legacy, games like that, which I enjoy, by the way, it is an amazing, well-crafted game. World design looks beautiful, and it's kind of sad. I ain't gonna lie. It's kind of sad. So you guys might tear up a little. You guys might feel something up in here in your hearts, if you have any hearts, because lately I feel like none of y'all have my back when it comes to these games. Whatever. Anyways, we're gonna keep moving on. And you are a girl named Celine, and pretty much you are stuck in your head. That's all I'm gonna say for right now, even if it wasn't a whole minute.
Yeah.
But boom.
That's pretty good. We're pretty good there. All right. Returnal is a pretty good game. I just don't think it compares to Control. Which
That's crazy. He don't even remember his home game.
No, I was looking at the timer, trying to play me. Control, which was arguably a game of the year in 2019. I want to take you back here to the hype that Control had. It was going up against games like Sekiro and Death Stranding that year. I voted Death Stranding. That's why I said I'd bring it up again. That is how good Control was and is, and how bad people want a Control 2. It really was that good. I actually didn't give it its proper shine, because when you put it up against Death Stranding, to me, it wasn't even close. But going back and looking in Control, man, Control has everything you need in this weird 1970s aesthetic, Call of Cthulhu-y type of monster enemy design with a Stranger Things vibe, third person over the shoulder gunplay with supernatural powers, and a story that is still being analyzed to this day. Control is complex. I need to keep it short and sweet, because I always go over my minute, so if I'm under, I'm under. But I always seem to go over.
Sounds good,
Hopefully you like those little minute soliloquies there. So gameplay. You know the vibes. You know we just get into it. You know the vibes. Drop the intro. I think I have a little intro or something. Well, when you see the video, you'll see what I did.
Yeah.
So hopefully that was the cue.
You get it.
Unfortunately, that loop he was talking about in Returnal, it stays that loop with its gameplay. It would be a very simple game if not for the mechanic of its death system and what it tries to do there. I'll let him expand on that, but it's just freaking annoying after a while.
It's the point of the game.
Yeah, there's no RPG elements. I got those.
Well, oh, cool.
I got those. What? I play it's a real game.
All you have is side missions that give you barely anything.
Side missions.
Let me not go there. Let me not go there.
I have a great gameplay loop, and it's funny he says the word loop, because that's how it's described in game journalism. It's that gameplay loop. It's that, what is that thing that keeps everything else interesting and fresh? And mine keeps getting better. You know why? Because I don't have little freaking attachments to my guns that really make a giant difference for no reason, like in Returnal.
Oh.
I have an actual progression system where I'm learning abilities, getting different guns, and guess what I get to do in my game, everybody? I get to keep my guns when I die. Shocker.
Oh, that's great.
Shocker.
But, the point of the game is to get better within time and try to not... it makes it as hard as possible for you. And we do have a leveling up system, and we do have abilities for each individual guns that we have. And as you progress through the story,
you
get permanent abilities. You get... Yeah, exactly. So I don't understand what you're saying.
I'm saying that game has no balls. You know why? Because if that game came out in the 90s or early 2000s, they would have made that game without that permanent ability thing. That would have been the hardest game released in the last decade. If they had done the game I think they really wanted to create. A true, you die, it is game over game. How dope would that have been? And I'm going to give you a little layup here. Here's the ball. Catch it. Catch the ball. Here's the ball. Speed running. The only thing you really have is that game can be speed run, and it's pretty dope. That's all you got.
It is, but it's not all we have. I mean, we have other things.
That's your gameplay.
Yeah. The speed run?
Basically.
We also have multiplayer. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you forgot about the multiplayer.
I didn't use it.
With 2 other people.
I didn't use it because I'm not a scrub.
You don't need to. What did you?
I'm not a scrub.
That has nothing to do with playing with another person. Okay,
right.
You don't have to be a scrub. I played by myself the first time I played it. I didn't play with nobody. I was addicted to it.
You mean the second time you played it?
Straight.
Because that gaming loop that you talked about is literally looped. You mean you played it once, but you actually played it twice? That's what I'm saying. My gameplay actually has intrigue. And my gameplay is tied to the story. My little weapon that I have is actually important to the story. I love that nice attention to detail in my gameplay with the gunplay. So I play a lot. It's tied to the story. Only the directors or people who are like overly qualified can use that gun. That's how fire it is. I got a push-pull mechanic.
And I still don't think that's that impressive. It's not anything new. It's not anything revolutionary.
You know why it's impressive?
It's like if you mixed Alan Wake and Max Payne together,
two great games. I'm glad you just mentioned 2 good games that have huge cult followings to this day. Thank you for that. We have puzzles. That's why it matters.
It did not get the good publicity that it should have, like a Max Payne. When Max Payne came out,
it was up for Game of the Year nods. People had really voted for that to win the award. And you know who won Game of the Year?
And you know who won Game of the Year? Returnal.
What? What year?
Against 2021. Or 2021.
You might have stopped me there because I didn't think Returnal won
Go
that.
ahead, yeah.
Because COVID happened. Sorry, everybody missed. Everybody missed COVID years. The fact that you can have your COVID, you stopped me there. I'm gonna give you that. Everyone can have their COVID year awards.
I don't want to hear nothing about that COVID. COVID had nothing to do with the game winning Game of the Year.
It's kind of shenanigans. No one could even get a PlayStation 5 at that time. That's actually funny. Whatever. It won Game of the Year on a technicality. It was a COVID year. Every game got delayed to freaking all hell during COVID, and nobody could win. No one could get a PlayStation 5.
That's not my fault.
I got this. I know it's not
I didn't
fault.
play it. I didn't play.
Yeah,
I didn't
I'm
play
here
it
to diminish your accomplishments in Returnal, bro. I'm not here to propagate you. That's bullshit ass year of COVID where everything got delayed, and they know I'm right. That games got delayed.
Well, listen. Anyway, we're talking about gameplay. Like my gameplay, like I was saying, we're back to my loop. But it's not just a loop. Every time you go into the game, the map literally changes. And I'm talking about you have 5 different biomes.
Yeah.
Right? You have 5 different biomes that every time you die, it's literally like if you ever played the game Rogue Legacy, it's literally that. Every time you walk into the room,
bullet hell.
It's a different room.
It's a bullet hell. Your gameplay is bullet hell.
You know what I'm saying?
Dodge the giant yellow glowing orbs and don't get hit. It's a bullet hell. It doesn't promote any...
You gotta get nice.
It doesn't promote anything in a game that has value like exploration... its story
there is. You don't want to explore
because if you die, you get screwed. And it wouldn't be so bad
if
if
get nice.
Yeah, if they had committed, I'm saying they should have committed to that. Instead, they took the easy way out by giving you these lifetime skills and perks and guns and abilities and a safe. They copped out. With the game that they wanted to make.
I think that's a poor excuse. I think that's a poor excuse for trying to diminish my game over that because the game is still hard whether you have permanent stuff.
Okay, it's
before you even get to certain parts of the game.
Biome.
You shoot. You get different guns as you go. There's keys that you unlock stuff with.
There's fast travel.
Keys, you unlock doors.
There's fast travel. Get rid of that fast travel. Again, this is my same debate with Elden Ring. They made the game easier than what it should have been. That is why are we fast traveling in that kind of game when it's only freaking 10 hours? Your game.
The room is empty.
It's for 10 hours. The room
is empty.
You're right. It is empty. Once you kill the 3 dudes in there, it's empty. You're right.
3 dudes. 3 dudes. Come on.
It is.
Bro.
There's 3 dudes in there.
Like 3 dudes. Bro. You only have 1 person to kill, and that's all the dudes that are in your freaking game. The security guards.
All right.
Yeah, the hiss infected
security
people,
guards and people. Yeah,
security guards, bro, and these monsters that come out.
All right, since that is part of gameplay, I will give you the idea of that. I will give you that, but I'm actually telling a worthwhile story with that gameplay.
And so am
I keep saying puzzles, and you just keep starting over it. We have puzzles. You know why? Because my girl can float. Just float. She can do like this quick dash forward. There are actual other gameplay elements in my game. Your gameplay is linear. There is nothing else to it than what you get at the start of the game. It doesn't deviate. It doesn't get more complex. You have to jump, dash, shoot, dodge.
So,
dodge, duck, dive, and shoot. That's what you're doing.
Okay, so as he's saying that, I'm also thinking of your suit. As you progress through the story, your suit literally gets torn up, dirty. That's one thing. Another thing, you get these components that when you beat certain bosses, or, you know, as you progress and beat the bosses, you get these certain components that you have to find within the worlds that you're playing that help you progress. So you get a more boost, or now you could step on
parasites.
lava.
Yeah, the parasites that connect to the thing.
Parasites are something different. This is what I'm talking about. There's the parasites, and then there's the components that you get built on your character.
Oh, yeah. Okay, got it. Refresh my memory there. That's fine. That's not dope. That's not fire.
Amazing. That's fire. But your argument was, we didn't have anything to develop more of the gameplay. Of course, that is what I'm developing.
You're not developing the gameplay.
To be more badass. And
the gameplay is dodge, duck, dip, dive, and shoot. Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and shoot. That's what your gameplay is. That's the loop.
You get a hook. A grappling hook, you could. I'm out here.
He said the suit gets dirty, and grappling hooks. Good. A PS5 game that I guess one game of the year nobody remembers, no one can recall, should have graphics that are true to life, and those things happen. And we've had grappling hooks for 25 years. You know what we haven't had? The kind of story on top of Control's gameplay. As you can see, I think Control's gameplay is probably the weakest of all the elements we're going to talk of today. But that's not to say that it's bad. It's just that it has been done, and there's beauty in the fact that once you're starting to understand the story, that gameplay becomes better. And by the way, it has some of the best third-person over-the-shoulder gunplay. It feels good to do. The movement of your girl feels good. What do you mean? And the psychic abilities are always cool. Telekinesis is cool.
The psychic abilities, whatever. But you can't even duck, dude. You have to wait to get to a certain level to do... Like, nah, bro. That's all kind of like...
You got tech jumps
yeah, we're moving. We out here, bro. Like, we're doing big things in my world.
You love air dash. You love air dash. We can do too.
You're trying to... I don't know, man. Your gameplay isn't all that. You know what I'm saying? It's trying to do...
Your whole game is gameplay.
Max Payne kind of thing.
Your whole thing is gameplay. You better ride this wave, because I just said Control's gameplay is not as good as its other elements. Your whole game is gameplay. Y'all, you really better take home this category. All right? You really better hit home your dodge, dip, dive, and shoot.
You get a currency, right? There's a thing called Thanos. As you play, you acquire currency called Ether, which is permanent as you dispose more and more to unlock newer abilities as you go and progress through the game. Now, when you're starting, say you die, you're back on the ship, boom, right? You get up, whatever. What am I doing here? Boom, movie scene. You move up on the left of your screen. Literally, you cannot see it. It's a ball this big. It's like a circle. That is where you get your permanent abilities at. And it's not easy, and it's a lot, and it's expensive. So not only is it challenging to have to save that money, that currency that you get, remember, when you die, you lose everything else but that currency.
Lose everything.
There are other currencies, like for the shop.
Where have I heard that before? What other games can you think of where you die and you lose everything? What other franchise comes to mind when that happens?
Souls, Dark Souls.
Yeah, Souls. And old type of games where that happened, where you have to reset, like a Ninja Turtle game, where you get 3 lives and that's it. And if you don't beat it, then you gotta go through and beat it. That is what Returnal should have been. And
they
that's just my opinion.
I still think they did an
take.
amazing job with how they implemented everything that you can do as far as getting your upgrades, going to the shop. There's literal invisible walls to like drop into like a treasure trove, and the treasure trove could be different every time.
For sure.
So you're always getting an immersive. You're always getting an immersive experience, different experience in each run that you do, especially when you start hitting the other biomes.
It's not that different. Number one, it's the same gloomy area after gloomy area after gloomy area.
No,
nothing in the game is expounded upon or means anything because it's a freaking loop. You got your little gameplay off. Let me end a little gameplay here. You can start off with freaking characters. The gameplay because the gameplay and control is there to motivate the story and give reason to the characters. It's a vehicle. It is not the end all be all for my game like some other games in this battle, like Returnal. There are other things to our gameplay that matter heavily. And not for nothing, the gameplay in a Control 2 would get better. Returnal is a one and done. I'm dead. It's over. That was it. That's the best we had. Okay? The game was almost game of the year. Yeah, we do have abilities. Dope abilities.
Is your abilities. And I think that's the only thing.
We fight more enemies than you.
Remotely decent in the game. Other than that,
Jesse can handle more people than yours.
There's no way.
But you mean no way?
Why? Because she could do telekinesis? So what?
Get handled.
I'll smack her, bro. With one of these big-ass guns I'm picking up from the treasure chest. I just used the malignant key. By the way, I have malignant keys, guys. That's what they're called.
That's your whole game is gameplay. Yeah, live it up. Live up this whole segment. Live it up gameplay. Because that's all it is. And I'm calling shenanigans. You definitely summon someone. Use them to die to the boss so you could finish the boss off. Call shenanigans.
No, bro. Get out of here.
Another Souls-like mechanic. Wow, what a game.
No, bro.
What a game. What a coincidence. Everybody just jacks off the Souls thing. Sekiro 2018. Returnal, Souls-like gameplay. Elden Ring. For the last 5 years, it's just been Souls-likes. And Souls. Like, bro, I'm over that. I'm over that. Because none of those games I just mentioned are better than Hollow Knight. So everyone likes their Souls bullshit. I'm just over it.
Hollow Knight.
I'm just over it.
Game he's trying to been sheltering for a couple of days, guys. I'm gonna let you know right now. This guy's been sheltering Hollow Knight. That was gonna originally be this battle, but
and it just would blow everybody out. In the comments, if you think Hollow Knight would have blew out Returnal, let me know. We're moving on. We're moving on to a category you can't handle. You're right. You don't. I know you don't want to leave gameplay. I
don't right now, my dude. All right,
what else you got?
So we have this thing called malfunctions. In the world, you pick up these either keys or these purple items that you're going to see across the world. Now, these purple items, like he said earlier, what's it called? I can't remember now. What's it called?
The parasites.
Yes, the parasites. All right, so like there are these parasites that you pick up, and they give you malfunctions, whether it can either help you or really, really hurt your gameplay. That's another mechanic that makes it way harder for the gaming experience as you play and progress through the story, by the way.
Cool.
Anyways, these malfunctions, if you end up completing them, it helps you with your character, give you more currency, more ways to explore because you get keys out of them, and more ways to build your arsenal, guys. All right, you build up like a maniac. Okay?
Sure.
You are a god, by the way. And guys, I forgot to mention this. My game is based off of Greek mythology. So if you didn't know, I will explain some of that later.
That's not gameplay. That isn't gameplay. Save that for characters and story.
I will.
Yeah, save
Why
that.
are you getting so hyped? Why are you getting
Because
relaxed?
all you have is gameplay. I'm just sitting here pretty like, all right, go about your game. All right. All right. Was that it? Are you done with your gameplay? With your Greek mythology
I don't know
over
if
there?
I mentioned this. My game is handcrafted, by the way. Handcrafted by these developers.
So they made every level. They made all those
Every
levels?
level.
They didn't generate any of them? There was no computer generation in none of those levels?
Every level.
Call them shenanigans on that.
Look it up.
So how many levels are there? There's 5
6.
biomes. Okay, 6 biomes. So you're telling me that every variation of them was handmade?
Yeah, dude.
That leads to what I said earlier. It doesn't feel all that different. Maybe they should have used some AI generation like Remnant, which is, you know what I mean? Like where it generates levels and stuff. Maybe they should have done that.
He's bringing up all these other titles.
I'm just giving examples. I said it before that. I said it doesn't feel all that different.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Maybe that's why. I'm glad you told me that little fun fact over there.
Anyways,
behind the veil here. We do research each other's games, but we also do like to keep it a little fun, so we're not going OD on the other person's game. Obviously, we both played both of these titles. But okay, fine. They should have generated them. What else you got? I keep saying, what else you got? What else you got? You just keep talking about more little BS that don't matter.
Well, there is another mechanic in the game. So, like, if I were to die and you were to play, and you find my body in the world,
yes,
you could choose to kind of like level yourself up, or kind of scavenge them.
Yeah, you know where that mechanic was? You know what that was in Neo.
Anyways,
I just want you to know where it came from.
You can do that and end up fighting a big boss in that area, that first area, wherever you find the body at, a big boss will appear. Like mini big boss, kind of, you want to say, whatever the case may be. It is harder, and it'll be like a small dude and turn huge, and he does all this crazy stuff.
Hey, one-shot mechs. They got one-shot mechanics that if you don't know and you haven't seen it, they just want to kill you so you can be stuck in that loop, and you get the metaphor after a little while, and then you realize, wow, they either should have committed to the difficulty level of just dying and losing everything and restarting, or not make it so freaking unforgiving.
It's
you got nothing for that.
Die. I don't understand what you're saying to me. It's horrible when you die. You don't want to die. That's the point.
I explained it to them. They get it. I'm not going to explain it to you. This guy's
just mad. He's just mad, bro. All right, go on.
All right, we go to characters? You say go on? We go to characters? Or we go to intermission?
One more thing. Sorry. The Xeno Archives are another... The Xeno Archives, guys. Other civilizations are part of this game. Now, you get to do this hologram thing.
One.
Listen, it's another civilization. It's a whole civilization, dude.
You said civilizations. Civilization.
Anyways, it's a visual storytelling part of the game. And it is kind of crucial to get them all to understand why Celine is doing what she's doing and where she is going next. So in the game, you eventually find these holograms that you have to interact with, and boom, you know what I'm saying? You get a little cinematic of an old civilization.
Cool.
All right.
I'm not talking. You see, I'm not talking about. Oh, you gotta interact with the projectors. That's obviously a gameplay mechanic, but why? I don't need to say that because it's a third-person, over-the-shoulder game.
Thorough as I can.
Yeah, you be thorough. Right. I can leave my projections that we interact with in the game and have to find because they apply to my story and characters. Yours doesn't. So keep it in gameplay, buddy. Go ahead. Keep it there.
It's always a what I want to say, like it's almost like a
one-shot mechanic that you don't prepare for, that you die.
No, dude. Fuck.
What is it like?
Like you're always stuck between a rock and a hard place, kind of.
Oh, everybody!
You always kind of make it.
Colloquial phrase, I think, or an idiom. I guess it's an idiom.
Yeah, sort of like that. So.
I think that's your first idiom I've ever heard you say.
That's
in my life. Way to go, dude.
In life, right? We've known each other for like 12 years.
I've used one of those phrases ever.
He's lying. I'm funny sometimes. Right? I'm funny sometimes. Sometimes.
Oh my god. Okay. All right.
So
are you good with this gameplay?
I'm good. I'm good with the gameplay. Cool. I wanted you guys to be. Yeah.
Good. Yeah, we get it. He's informed. He's well read. I know he can take notes well. We all have learned that Lyric can take notes. But how does he feel about the game? Well, none of us know. Okay? I feel as if Control... relax. I gave you plenty of time to talk about your gameplay. I feel as if Control just has more to offer than this gameplay loop. And we will talk about all of that in characters and story and, again, what's the category's name? Jesus.
Oh, dude.
Impact. We'll talk about it in Impact.
Of the
I'll
game.
keep looking at the freaking thing. I'm here with it. Okay? But after the intermission. Now, during this intermission, you're going to see something new. It's not going to be the same as last time. I just kind of ran that for 10 seconds with some music. This time, you might see me, your boy, talking a little bit. You might see some of your comments out there and like a little thing or whatever. I don't know what I'm going to do. We'll be right back.
Hello guys, what's up? It's your boy Lyric Stigma, and this is our little intermission.
Yo, what's up? It's the Grown Kid. Hope you're enjoying the show so far. Not really sure what we're doing with these intermissions,
But we wanted to do a little bit of variety, kind of just go with the flow.
you know, we need a break, get a water, read some notes, go over things, as well as give shine to whoever we want to here. So here we're going to show some comments.
This would be kind of just a break for us to kind of relax, chill, maybe eat, drink something, just to get ourselves ready for the next segment that, we'll be talking about today. Will be the Control versus Returnal fight, so I hope you guys are enjoying it.
Not sure what every intermission is going to be like, but hopefully you do enjoy.
And enjoy it. Again, we want you guys to vote. Please vote, 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 vote. I did make a Twitter, just recently made it, and I made a Facebook and an Instagram. You guys can vote there anytime.
You take some time to yourself here, collect your thoughts, grab a drink, maybe a snack. What are you snacking on? Let me know down there.
Yeah, I'll let you guys be posted on that, and catch you later. I'm one of your hosts, Lyric Stigma, and I'm out.
And we'll be right back after these messages from us. Peace.
So we realized that gameplay and our start was a very long time, so we're gonna keep it very short and sweet for game characters and story, and then towards the end we'll keep that short as well. I mean, let's be real, you don't really have any characters, so if you want to talk about Jesse's my girl. I want to talk about Jessie, obviously, because I'm confused. Control, Jesse's your main character. Nice little redhead. Who doesn't like a redhead? Everybody loves a redhead. You're bugging. Nah, some truth came out there, redheads. Don't vote over there. Vote over here. Okay? My girl's dope. I have Jessie, Dylan. I'm just going to say the director right now. The janitor, which is my favorite character, this weird,
and that's your
dude.
only good character, by the way, is the janitor. The janitor. He's the only good character you have. He is the mastermind behind it all.
Assumed. We don't know yet. You know why? Because we all want Control 2. Nobody wants Returnal 2. Jessie is a dope main character. You know why? because she actually has a psychological problem. She's in therapy, and they're trying to convince her, or therapist is trying to convince her that the events didn't happen when they were children with Dylan, her brother, who got taken away to the Bureau, right? I'm being a little fast here. Got experimented on, and she gets the call to go back to the Bureau. It's hard to talk about this because it is a very complex and crazy game that you actually are suggesting, I'm suggesting, go watch some YouTube videos. There's 2 words here I want you to learn from this show today, and that's, one of them is synchronicity. You know what synchronicity is?
Are you asking me? Or
yeah, I'm asking you.
Watching?
You know what it, well...
Synchronize stuff to put it together?
Alright, that's close. A synchronicity is, say you have a dream, and that dream is, man, that really cute girl in my dream gave me her number at the mall, right? And you go to the mall the next day, and you get a number from a very cute girl. That's a synchronicity. It's a little bit more than a coincidence, and a little bit more than a dream. Why? Because it's almost like you manifested this, and or you projected this and foretold this in your brain. A synchronicity is a great way to describe Control, and low-key kind of Returnal, but more so Control, because Control plays with other themes with their characters. You have anger, greed, lust. You have this idea of control, right? That's kind of like a cardinal sin kind of too. You have these thresholds that characters have to break through, literally and figuratively. Jess is trying to get out of this mind control almost. It's kind of hard to explain without going into the story. I kind of want to do story and skip over characters. Not that we don't have dope characters, don't get me confused, because we actually have characters on like freaking Returnal.
No, okay. We have characters who are based off of Greek mythology.
Okay, alright. Why are they based on... Okay.
You ready?
What about your main character?
Alright. My main character, Celine.
Yeah,
right?
Celine.
She is... Oh, hold on. I have it somewhere.
She ain't nothing.
No.
You gotta look through all these notes for Celine, your main character. You don't know nothing about her.
Celine is the goddess of the moon.
Yes.
From Greek mythology.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Goes by many names.
And the whole premise of her story is that she is in her head. She is going through a psychological trauma that she's been through because of her child that was killed in an accident. So there is a pretty deep story there to unfold and unravel as you play the game. My guy.
Your head is cut off. There you go.
Anyways, we have the game, and it does unravel as you keep playing. She dealt with a traumatic experience. At some point, she had a name. She had a child named Helios, and on the dreadful day that she lost her son was in a car accident. Boom.
She finds out like dreadful and stuff like that. I'm gonna need you to stop doing that. I'm gonna need you to stop using dreadful. You don't use the word dreadful. Whatever you wrote there, hater, wherever you got dreadful from, I need you to stop doing that. Alright?
Anyway, they get into a car accident and Celine survives it. She comes back up from the...
We get it. That's cool. What's that got to do with Celine in the game? Yeah, thank you. What is she? Thank you. Tell them what she is.
She is an astronaut who got denied to be an astronaut, and that's what she wanted to be. After that, she crumbles, and she goes into therapy, because later on, you see sequences of her going to an apartment, and you see stuff like pill bottles. So she's a pill popper, guys. She's out here fucking...
And that's what I was saying earlier, right? Mad coincidences with both of these titles, right? So when we came up with the battle... Even we didn't realize how similar the games end up being. So, I mean, a little behind the scenes there, behind the curtain, like, as to why we pick these games. I got actual likable characters and unlikable characters, like Dylan, our brother, who is kind of what our whole game is kind of about, is getting to our brother. And then post that, we'll talk about that in a story. But Dylan, you're not supposed to like Dylan. It's very weird what happened to him as a... AWE user, kind of, being used by the Bureau. Mind you, this Bureau is almost as a character. I want you to know the building in our game where it takes place, the setting of our game, is a character in the game. That's how interwoven Control is. Again, if you've never played Control, I really suggest you do it and give it a shot. It is a very quick game, by the way, and you'll fall in love with the characters. In the 10 missions that it actually ends up being, plus I'm not counting the DLC, which we got that DLC. I mean, do you have that over there? Or?
DLC?
Yeah,
we do, but it was something I can't remember at this moment.
All right, yeah.
And
we have meaningful stuff. We have meaningful characters that need to be built upon further. That's why we're getting a second game. What other characters do you have? You have one person who talks in the game.
I want to talk about your game a little bit. One of the more poorly executed ideas in Control is Jesse talking to a dimensional helper named Polaris.
Yes, Polaris.
Polaris.
Right? Polaris and Hedron
she
have
never
to
really
work together.
says anything. She never really says anything, and she follows Polaris like
because because there's a mystery in our game at its core. Polaris and Hedron. Hedron is the thing that, again, it's not a character in the sense of a person. It's a thing that protects the people of the old house, is what it's called there. They have to actually work together towards the end of the game to actually defeat the Hiss. The Hiss are our bad guys, but are they bad guys? Because you don't really know what they are and what they came to do. We just know there's multi-dimensional layers to all of this. So, while you're talking shit on Polaris, who is actually our god or anti-Hiss kind of helper, Jessie is mentally unstable. The Hiss infects her.
You could tell. You could tell by how she talks to other characters and barely says anything.
Because you get
related to anything.
Get kind of you get the illusion of choice in Control 2, which is very cool as a gameplay kind of mechanic, where it kind of confuses you into thinking you have more control over a situation than you do. Control is a very dope game. The overall aesthetic of Control and the way they handle the characters. The gameplay, not so much, and the story is why it's so highly vaulted as such a good game. We have metaphysical characters in this meta world that all comes together just so strangely beautiful. It comes together. It's such a weird vibe. Jessie is a dope, strong female character. Whoever you read quote to say that about Jessie, I think just kind of hates on women as female lead characters.
Anyways, all right.
That's the angle I'm gonna take.
I'm gonna go on with a little bit of my my bosses. We have Freyak, the spirit of horror, Nemesis, goddess of the retribution, and Ophion, final boss titan, god of earth, serpent. Many bosses you fight. A lot of things going on.
She's not the best protagonist.
You say that your building is an actual.
She's a blonde bimbo. Blonde bimbo. I'll take a redhead all day.
Atropos is our world, and in Greek mythology, it's called the goddess of fate and destiny, that are run by these white shadows. She is trying to find these white shadows to take her home.
Yeah, she can't get back home.
She can't get back home.
They layered this BS story with the kid and the lost thing, and they hid it all in notes and documents. Your whole story is played out in the oddball note that you find in the world or get when you die. One of the worst parts of Returnal, because we can't even talk about its characters, because if you like blonde hair bimbos, go ahead. I'll take a redhead. I'll have to say it again. It's not, the characters aren't there. The characters are in notes you read about, the kid, this, that, flashbacks. You don't get nothing. I want to go to story. You want to talk, what do you want to talk about with your freaking character over there? You got none. You cannot talk about characters with me, because my characters are complex and have feelings and emotions and make decisions that have an impact.
One character, dude. Other than the janitor and the girl that you have to talk to in the beginning of the game that helps you with all your BS that's going on, the weird shit that's going on in this
I'm excluding the other characters. Alright. I'm excluding the other characers. I'm not saying that they don't matter, because we also have side characters in the world that you try to help and cure of the Hiss and you fail.
We don't need side characters,
Jesse,
bro.
Well, can I get to the antagonist? Because unlike your game with this mysterious antagonist, I actually had an antagonist to my game. And it's odd because he's not even really part of the game. We're dealing with the effects that the previous director did, and then he offed himself. The start of the game is you walking into the building, and the freaking director of this weird place, this paranormal place, has killed himself because of him letting the hiss out, and letting the hiss kind of roam free. Talk about characters.
Alright, let's go to story. On a dreadful day, raining down upon the skies.
Right, you said this. We got this.
She went into a car accident and Celine survived. The astronaut can be interpreted that she sees throughout the game because you see little action figures.
That's a character. You should have named that. That is actually a character in the game. The astronaut.
I mean, whatever. Dreadful bridge. Alright, the astronaut can be interpreted in a few different ways. So maybe it was the way to let the players know that it was her fault. You see that throughout the story. As a rejection letter from what seemed to be an astronaut program of sorts, and after astronaut program of sorts, she ends up getting denied and ends up becoming depressed. You know, she's on some type of antidepressants and or maybe painkillers. Nobody, you can't really tell. It doesn't really explain that as far as whatever, but you know that she's going through some stuff.
I'm just listening to you right now. It sounds boring. The whole shit you're reading or whatever you're saying here is boring.
Not even.
It is.
Bro.
The story of Returnal is the astronaut is trapped on a freaking planet that's not home, Earth, and she's trying to get back. And this stupid being of the subterranean, this, again, a Call of Cthulhu type of thing that Control deals with a little bit of, right, is controlling and manipulating all of that. And she dies, and she can't die. And can we talk about the real bullshit of your story? When you beat the game, quote unquote, you beat the game, you think you've gone home, you're in a grave, and you die. It's the most iconic scene in the whole freaking game, is when you're in a grave and looking up at the freaking white. The game restarts. Returnal has the audacity to restart its loop.
Because it's not done. After you beat the game,
get
into the car, right? Boom. It takes you back, right? You're supposed to get these 6 items, guys. These 6 totems. You get these 6 totems, right? Boom. After you get the 6 totems, you end up going back, being the last boss once again, and now you have the key to unlock the car door.
The balls of Returnal.
That gives us more replayability. It gives us more replayability.
I don't want to replay the same game I just played.
To hone in our abilities, to hone in our skills, to make us better.
So
boom.
That's so bad, dude. That's so bad.
I think Control's way worse, bro. It's boring.
It's pretentious.
Dude, on...
Returnal is pretentious to think that I just went through all of this
to
do it again.
Words. This guy talking about pretentious.
No, but that's why I said, bro, in my opinion, if the game had ended right there, beautiful. And this is why I'm saying, if they had really made the game they wanted to make, if they thought people would play it. The problem is, nobody would play a game where you die, you have to restart completely. Nobody would play that game. But I thought if you had made it that way, and cut the game off there, because mind you, with real permadeath, it would have taken you longer to get to that first ending of the game. It would have felt really dope and really great, really deserving of the Game of the Year title that you says it got.
He's mad because we get checkpoints. Oh my god, we get save
I'm not
points.
mad about it.
So
I'm just saying, I'm just telling you how to make your game better. Unfortunately, the only thing Control can do better is have better gameplay, which in Control 2, which hopefully they're making, they will have. Because story, on point. Characters, meaningful, on point. There's a psychosis going on in Control. Let's get to the story really quick, okay? Jess shows up to the old house because she gets this kind of call, this kind of pull there to save her brother. Because they went through traumatic events as kids, they were able to enter these thresholds and dimensions, okay? So they have that, they were exposed early. She goes in, the Hiss has already kind of taken control, and her job is to find these projectors. And these projectors are actually told in a weird medium. It's actually a real person on the screen. That's why I kept saying that the medium of Control and the things they did, these nice little touches to it, almost like this Final Fantasy 16 nostalgia, like when you save the game, they have the little sprite characters. They put a real person on the screen to tell you kind of what to do and what's going on and with the projectors. It's such a nice vibe, right? So you go through, you have to get abilities to get to the thresholds. You have the astral plane where not even the Hiss, these interdimensional beings, can enter, but their goal is to try to get to that so that they can completely infiltrate kind of all the dimensions. Hedron and freaking Polaris actually have to work together because you get infected. So you end up finding your bro, and you kind of think that's the that's the end of the game, because the credits roll and there's like this weird like ending that you can kind of see that it's not over, unlike Control, unlike freaking Returnal where it ends and you really think it's over and then you get sucked back into this bullshit. Okay, Hedron and Polaris work back together. You save your brother. You're the real director now. Mind you, can only be the director if you got the freaking gun. The gun is the key to pretty much everything. It's an AWE, an alter world event, which are these kind of like pieces of Eden, if that helps you, from Assassin's Creed. Alright, and that's what I got for you. You become the real director at the end. Your brother's in a coma because of what happened with him through his whole life. And then DLC comes out. I'm not going into the DLC. Just know we're all begging for freaking Control 2. That's my story. There's complexities there that I can't even talk about right now because I'm not smart enough. But just know Control is that good, and there were people smart enough. Okay? Your story is bullshit.
My story is deep
You got no
and meaningful.
characters.
Your story is just a bunch of nonsense.
Nobody
that people
knew.
don't even understand.
Nobody
got what the fuck was going on. Nobody knew.
Nobody got our game.
Bro, the map was fucking horrible. I never knew where to go. People were complaining about that.
Yeah, you get lost
shit.
in the map because you get lost in the world. You get lost in the world because the world is full.
You're in a fucking office, dude. You're literally just
it's a giant office that changes dimensions. They have to put control
biodomes.
All right, but they have to put control points to control.
20 different
it's like Harry Potter. It's like the moving stairs in Harry Potter, except way worse. They have to put control points there, hence the name, to control this dimensional building. Our story is original. Your story is a bullet hell that recycles itself. It is basically freaking Deathloop in space. That's what it is.
Deathloop was awesome. So I don't know why you hate
Whatever, bro. Whatever.
But,
all right, Impact. Impact. Because you ain't I want everyone to notice. No characters and no story over there. Bullshit. And everything. Your little story about the pill popping girl, the blonde. What a coincidence. My redhead don't have to deal with that. Number one. Number two. Bullshit ass game.
He's mad. Whatever.
Or characters.
So game Impact.
Yeah.
How would we
review scores? What do you got?
Reviews.
I got an 8.8 on IGN.
I mean,
what you got?
I got GameSpot 9 out of 10. IGN 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10? Yeah, thank you.
Game
Control,
Informer 9.5.
I want you to know that if Control went up against freaking
Metacritic gave it an 86 out of 100.
I don't care about that. Answer this question. If Returnal goes up against Control for Game of the Year, does Returnal win Game of the Year? No, it doesn't.
Oh, hell yeah.
What do you mean, our Control scored higher.
I think it'll be beher, bro. I think
the only innovation.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Let me look at the time. The only innovation that freaking Returnal, I know, Returnal has is that it was a bullet hell, and we haven't seen a bullet hell that was done decently since freaking Nier Automata. That's what I'm saying. Your Control. I want to first apologize to all the Control fans out there. Look, I know I didn't do it great justice because Control is actually a super complex game, and it's a little bit out of my wheelhouse, that third person kind of over the shoulder. But what I loved most about Control was that there was so much story there and layers, which I think layers is the key word for today. It kept me intrigued the whole time. So whereas when the gameplay kind of feels a little bit flatter and maybe the level design is a little flatter, because unlike freaking Lyric, I can think critically about my game, and I'll be transparent with you and say there's things wrong with it, okay? The story and characters carry you through it because it's meaningful.
Listen, guys, if you want a good story that's touching, like I said before, man, this is the game to get, bro. Fuck Control. It's dumb stuff that's going on over there, and it's telekinesis. That's the only thing you got cool is your abilities. Your story sucks.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
Returnal did
your map
nothing
is
bad.
bullshit.
Yeah.
Your map is bullshit. No, Returnal, in my opinion, like I said, I was addicted for like a month straight.
Yeah, this is one of those games where he really likes Returnal, guys. So just like I had Death Stranding, I gotta get one of those. So we'll let him go off here, I guess. We gave him freaking 20-30 minutes on gameplay. Miscellaneous music. I think your game doesn't really have it. Control kind of has something going on there. It's not the best either. Not like super memorable, but there's a nice vibe to it. It's a nice vibe to freaking Control. Tell you that. What else we got? What do you got? Miscellaneous? Any miscellaneous?
Every biodome has different music, what brings the intensity to each biodome, and it does get intense. I don't know what you're
That's your music.
about.
You love that whoa music. That's 5 games in a row. Whoa music. What else we got? No miscellaneous. That was really it.
What?
Let's let them know next week.
That was really it.
Make sure you vote on today's battle. Let us know, Control or Returnal. Throw it down in the comments. Check if you don't see why there's so many votes sometimes, it's also because there's votes on Twitter. Just know that I put all the votes together, but Twitter link is also down there, just like in the last video. Go vote on Cyberpunk Ghost of Tsushima.
Yep, vote, please, guys. We need you guys to keep voting.
Needs you.
You can find us on Facebook, all types of stuff. Instagram.
Yeah, I forgot about Facebook too. Yeah, he needs you.
You know what I'm saying?
He needs you.
I need this Returnal. I need this dub.
I'm the Grown Kid.
I am Lyric Stigma.
And we out this thing.
We out. Let's go.